Jack, was that you? Are you trying to get to your desk?
That is so creepy, man.
Did you just ask the spirit to kill me?
Why? Okay, I don't like that anymore.
Can you give us a knock on the door?
What is this clip you're showing me here? Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Chatter.
Yeah.
I am Adam, joined by
Tommy Waters.
I'm still Luke.
And I'm Jack.
Last episode, we investigated the Burlington County Prison, where we tried to make contact with some of the inmates that reside there. So make sure to check out that video if you haven't already. Our next investigation took us to the Atlantic Highlands in Monmouth County, where we investigated the Strauss Mansion, a 21-room queen-style home built in 1893. So I'm going to turn it over to Tommy now to give a little bit of a background on this place.
Originally a summer cottage for Adolf Strauss and his wife Jeanette, the house had several owners over the years, before in 1986 becoming the Strauss Mansion Museum, home of the Atlantic Highland Historical Society. The house is brimming with local artifacts, clothing, and other various antiques donated to the museum over the years, some with possible energy still attached to it. Several spirits allegedly reside in the home, including Adolf and Jeanette Strauss.
You know, we arrived at the investigation a little early because we were able to get a tour from Patty, who was she's a member of the board. So Patty gave us a tour. We went through all the rooms. She told us some of the hot spots. I do want to point out this was a very hot night. It was early September, very humid, and the air conditioning was not working in the building. So it was
We were
a scorcher.
sweating.
Yeah, we were sweating early on and throughout the night. But maybe that was the perfect conditions for spirits. Maybe
Blood pumping, hallucinations. Not kidding.
Well, moving along to the investigation.
Yep.
We went up to, I guess it was the second floor.
It looks like it, yeah.
And
Do you want to give us a quick rundown of how the building was set up?
I don't remember entirely.
Okay, so I'll just give a quick rundown before we jump into any clips. The building had a fairly large first floor that had a dining room, a little kitchen area, a living room, a piano, all the fun stuff of a mansion. Then you go up to the second floor, and that had a couple of bedrooms, a bathroom, a sort of closet-y, attic-y area, and a library. And then if you go up to the third floor, that had a lookout and a room with some artifacts that we'll get to a little bit later. And the last is, of course, it had a basement. It was not as nice looking of a basement as any of the other rooms.
All right, so let's go to the first clip we have here, which, again, was upstairs in the bedroom. We heard a noise. It was faint, but we all did hear it in real time. So let's just play the clip.
Fun stuff. Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah, I did. You want to move over there?
Is somebody over there?
Could be nothing, could be something.
Yeah, it's a very,
Click. I don't know.
That to me is the building settling.
Buildings settle a lot in your mind, Jack.
They do. If you listen just in your house, like if you're at home alone and you listen, there's more sounds than you would think.
Shortly after this, our friend here, Luke, did have to go home.
Yeah.
And missed the rest of the investigation. Look, if you want to talk a little bit on that.
Yeah, sadly, my dog was not in the greatest of health, and I got a call from my folks saying that I should probably head home to go see her for the last time, and so I had to take a very long Uber back from that place. But, is what it is. If anything, you look at this now I've never seen any of this evidence past the first clip where you can see me walking in it, so we're going to have some pretty unbiased opinions because I'm looking at the clips ahead of us. We got a lot to look at, and I'm excited to give my take on all of it.
There's some fun stuff in this episode.
Yeah,
I'm excited for
for
some of these
It'll be good. Get to my take on it all.
Yeah, so after we waited for Luke to catch his Uber, we went back up into the third floor, and we were all sitting on the ground for this next clip. The crickets were going crazy that night.
Oh my God, don't get me started.
All right, let's see.
Let's just roll this clip and we'll react to it.
Damn. If you're here right now, can you make the cricket shut up?
Anyone? Did you just ask the spirit to kill me?
Oh, come on. Come on. Wait.
The cricket did stop.
That is weird.
So that was a fun little
That
thing
is
that we
funny.
experienced. Now, whether it's just a coincidence or did the spirit actually have the power to make the cricket stop?
Jack, what is your... How do you explain that?
You kind of have to ask. I mean, I don't think the spirit like used powers to make the cricket stops, but it does. The one way to get him to stop is to walk closer to them.
We're not walking, though.
No,
here.
the spirit. I
No,
mean,
that's- I think that's
if a
point,
ghost
yeah.
was there, a ghost would need to go closer to them, and they would have to sense that and stop. It's a funny coincidence.
I mean, I'm kind of team hashtag mind controlling crickets. Throw that across the screen right
I mean,
there.
who knows what powers ghosts have? So
The third clip that we're going to show here, this was caught. We set up a camera in, I believe it was the bedroom. Is that right, Jack?
yes.
So we set up a camera. It was rolling there, and we had the tripwire going as well for a good portion of the night, just stationary. So you'll see a tripwire in this clip, and we'll get into what that is later. But this is a audio clip. You're going to listen that we do capture something interesting, I think, on the audio of this camera.
All right, I'll take a listen.
The whistle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
sound like a
something
bird to me.
A scream or something like.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I was hearing, like some sort of scream.
This was
Could
pretty
you run
late
it-
at the
could
night.
you run that
so-
back, Jack?
Yeah. I mean, I hear it.
It's
both
less
ways.
screamy. It's more like a... I'd say it's a bird. However, it's middle of the night.
it
That's
was
the
at
thing. It
night,
is like
you know,
the middle of the night. So
Not really time for a bird to.
Yeah, especially it seems like a songbird type thing.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
now, I don't know if any cameras or anything else was rolling at this time. Do you all remember hearing something like this throughout the night?
No, I mean we could find out. And we could put it in afterwards. I'm pretty sure we were all just talking casually with each other at this time.
Mhm.
Either that, or this was when we had the cameras off.
You can hear us actually in the beginning of the clip. I'll play it again. It's very
Yeah.
faint, but you can. I'm pretty sure you can hear.
Yeah, I do hear us talking there.
What's interesting though is how this is. If we are talking here, because I quite frankly can't hear it. I can't hear us talking.
faint. Yeah.
So I trust you here, but this is so much louder than that. Like I can very audibly hear this. I don't think it's definitive or anything because again, it could be an animal.
One other thing I want to point out, we did have a recorder going on the third floor, a digital recorder, and we also had a digital recorder going on in the bathroom. Neither of those picked up on this.
Interesting.
So this will carry into our next clip. Same, same camera. 5 minutes later, we hear another sound come through.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna play it again.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's definitely very reminiscent of the first noise, but longer.
Yeah.
As like it came from the same source almost.
So what? Okay, what sound does a fox make? Because I'm pretty sure that foxes make a screaming sound, don't they?
What does
They-
the
I know. I was trying to avoid that.
Does the fox say?
But
Then just
no,
start
they-
playing that.
don't
over.
they actually
They-
scream
they
in a
do.
similar way?
Yes,
I
but I don't know if that
Let's put-
necessarily.
let's put it this way.
Yeah.
If this is a fox here, why did none other recorder pick it up,
Mhm.
and why did we not hear it in the moment?
No, those are valid questions.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I don't know if the windows in this room are open.
It's not like we're listening for a fox
to
in the
make
moment.
True. The windows.
other
I
recorders.
don't know which rooms had the windows open because there were windows open since it was so hot. There could be things that it could be, but
But-
there's no clear explanation to it.
It could be a ghost.
I will add, we were told by the person watching the museum there, even though it's a Strauss Mansion, it's technically a museum. And she told us that a lot of times investigators would say that they didn't get anything on the day, but when they went back and heard recordings, they would pick up on a lot of other sounds and voices. So, that might be coming later, but this could be one of them potentially.
So after this, we went into the room we mentioned with the Native American artifacts, or a lot of different artifacts in there. So we had something weird. This was a sequence of like 10 minutes that went by where our EMF detector started spiking a lot.
Do you want to real quick explain what an EMF detector is?
Yeah. So an EMF detector is a device that measures electromagnetic fields. It's theorized that spirits are able to manipulate these fields and cause the device to beep. Well, I think the bottom line is that there's something in the table that was giving off electromagnetic frequencies.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't anything spirit related, but there was one, kind of fun moment that we had where Jack was kind of, egging it on and it kind of responded to him, it seemed. So we're going to play that clip.
If there's somebody here, can you make that go off again?
I don't think they're capable of doing that.
Jack. Jack. You just said they're not capable of doing it. What did they do? Adam.
They made it go off.
Wow, Jack, you're the new ghost taunter.
I know. I was this was, I think after Burlington, I got braver because I was really nervous going into Burlington. And then I was like, oh, okay, I could do this.
One thing to note about Jack is he will go anywhere with us.
Yeah.
But he has one big caveat. We cannot leave him alone anywhere.
This is true. I will not be left alone. Because the thing is, when you're with a group exploring these places, it honestly isn't as scary as you would think. With some notable exceptions, I would say in Burlington, being outside, in the basement, but also in the courtyard, because you have all the windows just staring at you. And in here, the basement that we'll get to. But generally, it's not too bad, except if I have ever had to go off alone, all bets are off. I would be scared out of my mind.
So then we go down to the basement.
Creepy.
It was creepy down there. This was another interesting one because Tommy's kind of like joking around in this clip, but it's what we hear after Tommy's joking around. It's like a voice comes through.
Is there a light? Is there a light switch?
And I didn't see one down here.
Wait.
What is this clip you're showing me here? What is this clip you're showing me, Jack?
This is where you put the night vision camera.
Okay.
Wait, do you actually hear something in this?
Yes.
Okay, I
Someone needs to
apologize.
point to me where, because I did not hear.
After
Run it back.
so
I'll
just-
run it and I'll stop it at that
Let me
point.
just give you a little background that there is on the wall, there's like a graffiti or something.
Yeah.
And Tommy's like pretending to be scared of it because it's like a ghost or something. He's like, oh.
He pretends to be scared, and then there is a noise that none of us acknowledge.
Okay.
Is there a light? Is there a light switch?
And I didn't see one down here.
Like the huh?
The
Yeah.
little, huh?
Oh, that sounds like Jack. No.
That
So-
does sound like Jack.
So here's the interesting thing, right? It does sound like me.
Oh, are you not there?
We're going to cut now to my camera. So I am recording on my phone. I am directly
Wait a minute.
behind this camera.
Oh, they got me. They set me up for this, guys.
In theory, this should be much louder. I am talking, and you're going to hear me in the clip what I sound like at normal voice behind
Okay.
the camera. So here we go.
Is there a light? Is there a light switch?
And I didn't see one down here.
But she did turn.
No, there's one right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say she turned them off.
Whoa. I don't like that anymore.
So that was me at the end, obviously talking in my normal voice.
All right.
I would think even if I could say, even if I did a high pitch like "hi,"
Yeah.
it would still sound relatively louder.
closer.
That is
Yeah.
creepy. That
That is
none
very
of us
creepy.
acknowledge that,
Yeah.
especially when it's that audible.
When Adam first showed me the clip, he showed me the night vision one. I said that sounds like me.
Yeah.
And then we watched it again on my phone and went, okay, that's not me. Hey, I'm actually editing this clip right now. And I wanted to just jump in because I realized while editing that it might not have been me or a ghost that said hi. Actually, if you look over here at Adam, after Tommy points at the skeleton, Adam, he makes a slight movement with his arm as if to point, and you can see his jaw move. So what I think happens is that he turns towards the skeleton, he says, hi, and then he goes looking back.
Is there a light? Is there a light switch?
And I didn't see one down here.
I know we don't talk about it in the episode, but I wanted to just jump in to offer that possibility. Okay, back to the episode.
Correct me if I'm wrong here. There are some instances where we can't hear something, But oh my god, I'm dying here. But there are instances where you will see it once you review it, right? Like that is a common thing in this ghost hunting.
I mean, and
practice.
that's the whole thing, you know, with like EVPs. An electronic voice phenomenon, or EVP, is a sound that is captured on an electronic recording that is interpreted as a spirit voice. They are often heard in the recording, but not with our own ears. Next, it's going to still be in the basement, but I'm going to bring up the tripwire because this is related to tripwire. So this was given to us by the Strauss Mansion, by Patty. And so basically what it is, it's, you know, you can see a long cord. Each of those lights is an EMF detector, essentially. It stays purple is, you know, if there's no detection. Then it goes blue is where it's like 2 mg. And then, you know, it goes, there's green and yellow and keeps going. So I've noticed that, you know, just staying stationary right there, it would change, you know, a lot of blues would just come up randomly. But
this one's different, though?
But this one seems a little different, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think why this one was more interesting is because if you listen, there's like a squeak sound.
Oh, I did hear
right
that.
before it goes off. So
it's one of those like in the back of your head like noises. So I'm like, I heard that, but I was too focused on the lights to even be like, oh, there was a noise, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What I would like to point out there is these are wooden chairs, squeaky wooden chairs.
That's fair,
and where
that's
it
fair.
starts is by the chair and then starts to seemingly walk away from it.
I see what you're saying there. Let's look at this again then.
Whoa. Whoa.
No, I mean it's interesting. Again, when you look at devices like this, you want to you want to hope that legitimacy is there and that the device does what it's supposed to. But it's definitely interesting.
Shall we move on to the next one?
All right, let's take a look.
Next one was Aha.
Aha.
Fun one.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
So Tommy,
What do I need to know?
you were caught here a little bit in 4K.
I was
Every episode, this
All right,
guy.
hold on. Don't even explain it. Let's roll the
All
clip.
right, let's roll the clip.
Let's get a
Roll the
good
clip,
reaction
Jackie.
to it.
Jack, was that you?
I think you just hit the wood, Tommy.
I didn't touch that. Did you do that? I didn't touch that.
I didn't hit the wood.
I didn't hit the wood.
I didn't hit anything.
Uh-oh. Did he hit the wood?
I probably hit.
Now, if you go back and slow the video down,
Uh-oh.
Jack, was that you?
But clearly, I didn't know I hit the wood.
no, I
Yeah.
know. Clearly, you
So-
didn't know that, but upon review, you clearly.
Is there one like this in every episode? Because this is really gonna bring
It's
down my
gonna be the
credibility
bit,
here.
you know?
This is really gonna.
Well, this is by far, and we're not going to show them. Maybe we'll show them in another episode. This is by far the most you pulling out the headphones while listening to the spirit box going, I heard something clear as day. And then we go back and listen to it, and it's just like, yep. And Tommy, meanwhile, is like, no, it wants
hot.
to kill us.
It did not say
On
that.
Tuesday at 2 p.m. in the
It did not say that.
2043.
There is one that you told us it said kill.
I thought it did say kill.
but it clearly didn't.
Well, to me, it was hot. It was a rough night. All right, I'm sweating. There was stuff in my eyes. I couldn't see anything.
Every episode. This
Yeah.
is the caught in 4K moment.
Oh, no, I hope I gotta work on that here.
All right, Adam, what do we got next?
Jack, is this the one?
This is the best one.
The one.
My favorite.
This is Jack's favorite?
We're gonna have a lot to talk about. With this
Yeah.
one.
Now,
Okay.
Luke, you have
Because-
actually heard this one.
Oh, I have.
You have. This is the one piece of evidence that we showed you because we were just really excited and wanted to get your opinion, but we specifically did not show Tommy. 'Cause
Really?
I want to hear.
'Cause
Yeah.
we just want,
Oh, I do kind of remember this.
we
now.
want Tommy to be able to really
No.
clarify for us if we.
You'll see.
Yeah,
You know
you'll
what?
see.
I remember. Hold
No,
on.
you
let
don't.
me let me preface it this here. They've been. Oh man, now I'm worried. Did I do something?
No,
here?
this was
I don't know.
You should just watch
potentially,
it.
But
So
You
this
should
is
just
something-
watch it.
So this is something they've been hyping this up for a while for me here. Like they were saying, we gotta show you this here in a little bit. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
right.
All right,
Let's roll it.
here we go.
Yes. Hold on. Do we get this part? Doesn't matter.
Well,
let's run that one back a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yes. Hold on. Do we get this part? Doesn't matter.
Now, let me say a few things.
Mhm.
Number one, that does sound like me. That does.
A little
However,
bit, yeah.
However, when I do sounds like that, not really the time or place here. Now, I've been known to make weird sounds like at our investigations,
Almost identical to that.
almost identical to that, but I am not moving an inch there. Like you see my feet there. Whenever I would do something like this, that sounds like a sound where I would like lean back with and be
Mhm.
like, type
Mhm.
thing.
They have other angles, I'm pretty
Like,
sure.
I
Yeah, we
want to, can we see some other?
We can. And just for any audio listeners, we are in the third floor
floor, yes.
room with the lookout, and we are just walking around, just kind of setting stuff up for another, I think, a spirit box session or something. And that noise, that loud yell that you heard, I don't think it was one of us. So let's go now. So that was on the night vision camera, which Adam is holding.
Mhm.
Let's
Here,
go to my camera
I was going to say
now.
first, can you show my camera?
Yes. Hold on. Do we look at this first? Doesn't matter.
Okay, and now to go to my camera. So this is with my camera with my audio, and we'll show it another time with my camera with the audio of Tommy's audio recorder. So as you can see, I'm behind the camera. This is Tommy in the shot right here. So he's very close to me.
Yes. Hold on. Do we look at this first? Doesn't matter.
Like, why are you not acknowledging that? Why am I not acknowledging that?
Because we're kind of talking in a low voice. So I feel like if you walked over to me and I asked you something and you turn and yell really loud in my ear, I wouldn't have just been like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. I would have been like, Tommy, what are you doing? I'm going to play it again. Same video, but now with the audio recorder that Tommy is holding.
Yes. Hold on. Do we look at this first? Doesn't matter.
Okay. I want to say something. The only thing I can say is like you can't get a clear shot of his diaphragm, like because to make a noise like that, he has to inhale or a little bit like that. I do hear a slight exhale from him as soon as the scream is over.
It also sounds far away. It's got an echo to it.
Tommy, you want to make that noise right now?
I mean, listen, he makes,
And it does sound.
It does
sound
like that does sound like
he
me.
does
Yeah.
do that.
This is weird. You seem very skeptical about this.
I am still skeptical of it.
So
Why
what do you think it is?
I think it's Tommy because it does sound like Tommy, and
The first one sounded like Jack.
Yeah, but that one's a little more.
but we're talking about here, like, again, why, if that is me,
I would
how
say
come?
you sounded a little bit pissed off at Jack. Like your tone before was like where you're like doesn't matter. You're like kind of so like maybe you were aggravated with him, and so you made a sound like like I don't know why.
The final recorder, there's no visuals on this one. We had on the first
floor. I believe-
first or
or the
second
second floor.
floor.
Sorry,
We
yes,
had
second
it.
floor.
We had a recorder set up the whole night. You can hear it on that recorder. You're gonna hear the difference in sound.
That sounds so loud still for so far away.
It does, but it's clearly not on that. It's clearly on the floor
clearly
that
in our
we're
room,
on.
No, yeah, no. I'm just trying to say like that still sounds like this device picked up some loud noise, and when you have cameras and videos filming right next to him, you would think that would be the loudest.
I just think my final take on it would be that if it wasn't Tommy, if it was something random, why wouldn't we react to that?
The side note there is a real possibility that we didn't hear it in the moment because we couldn't hear it in the moment, and it was
Yeah, but
only
it was captured on every recorder we had. So it's
Okay.
like that.
We were
Usually, if
told-
you get an EVP, it's like it was captured on that recorder.
But that's usually because EVPs are typically very quiet, so they can only be picked up on.
You can't hear it
the
with
one.
your own ears. Yeah.
I'm surprised here. Like, this is a pretty startling piece of evidence, possible evidence here that you were just really
It's very uncharacteristic.
dismissing very quickly here.
I didn't even say dismissing very quickly. I told you, I've had many, I've looked at it in every angle possible, and I can't definitively say one way or the other who it is. I wouldn't be so quick to say, "Oh, definitely not Tommy."
Mm.
I would just leave it open and say it still could. There's still a chance that it was you.
All right, I think we're gonna need to have things on our faces going from now on.
Well, that's the problem. We had so many
All right,
things recording
next
and weren't recording our faces.
Season 2, we'll invest in GoPros.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Very
Let's
interesting.
move on to the next one.
All right. This was another tripwire. We were upstairs on the second floor this time, and this was one of the more interesting tripwire ones where it seems like it might be responding to us.
I don't like filming.
Brother in Christ, that was so
come on. Did you see that?
No.
I said, hey, ghosties, you want to turn these lights on? And they literally flickered on. They haven't been doing that at all since we've been standing here.
Would you like to?
Can you do that again?
We're sorry. Can you do that again for
Please,
us?
just one more time for us.
Or shut the cricket up.
Oh, okay, it's really going off.
That's kind of cool.
Especially since they are flickering to that different color as well.
Yeah,
like
it
they're not
wasn't
just
just
green.
the blues.
not just
It
the
was
blue.
a more
Per-
amplified.
Yeah. Sorry, the greens and the yellows there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Oh, there's a yellow in there?
Yeah, I
didn't
saw
see that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so it was.
You were
know-
begging for it to do it again, Adam.
Well, 'cause obviously, from the beginning of the video, you could tell like we had just
Stopped recording.
we weren't recording at the time, and we had to go off after
Yeah.
you said can you make it go off?
Yeah.
And so we decided to try again and maybe get another response.
No, that's cool. I definitely like that evidence more than the first one. I think the first one was just random. This one, while still quick, and again, I can still apply that same thought process I put behind of like flashing, quick movement.
Mm-hmm.
This one felt more directional towards you guys. Obviously, you were trying to prompt it. So
What else we got?
So after this, we do go back to the basement.
We do?
Ooh.
Yes, we do.
We
because
did?
If you remember on the spirit box, we thought they told us.
Let me
don't say what you think because I want to see if I.
No,
can-
we're not listening.
Oh, we're not listening.
We
let
are,
me
we already. Jack and I decided that it wasn't actually saying basement.
So is that why you went down here? Because you heard basement?
Yes,
It told us to go to the basement.
We asked what room should we go to next, and we thought we heard basement, so that's
Okay.
why I said we're going to go to the basement.
Then let's see what happened in the basement.
Can you give us a knock on the door or some sort of sign? There's something over there.
No.
Yeah.
You did? What'd you hear?
It sounded like it's a rustle noise. Like it almost again.
The rustle sounds
so-
like my foot.
Not to
The
say right
rustle-
The
away.
rustle was your foot. You were
Yeah.
shuffling.
This is very faint.
Mhm. Oh, so that wasn't the
Very
noise I was
faint.
looking
In fact, Adam, when he brought it to me, I had to go through this probably 5 times just to hear it myself.
for. Mhm.
It is literally the second Adam stops talking, there is a very deep kind of muffled thud. And then, unfortunately, right after that, you hear the sweeping sound.
Okay.
And that one is Tommy's feet. We looked at another camera
Okay,
angle.
let's take a look.
So just,
listen.
do your best.
Can you give us a knock on the door or some sort of sign?
That's
Mhm.
so quiet.
It's
Yeah,
very,
It
very,
is very
quiet.
quiet. But I thought, the fact that both Jack and I heard something,
Yeah.
that
Tommy's like, nope, did not hear it.
I'm hearing it now. It
Mm.
quite frankly sounds a little bit like a microphone tap to
yeah,
me.
but we wouldn't have heard that if you were tapping the microphone.
Yeah, so you're the only one that didn't hear it. It was loud enough in person that Adam and I both did. But either way, on any other camera, you couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
This was the only
Mhm.
one.
So we're still in the basement with
All
this next piece of evidence here.
we are?
Yes.
Oh, you're holding the audio stuff.
And we're
now.
doing it. This is a spirit box session, so this is the only notable spirit box thing I think.
Okay.
It's a fun one.
So am I going to try to guess what it says first? Is that going to be?
Sure.
Yeah?
Let's have.
Oh, God, I'm afraid now.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
We're going to leave soon. Is there anything you want to tell us before we leave?
Here, pause it.
Okay, you're making lots of faces.
It's the last.
It's the
It's
last.
the last one?
Yes.
one.
Okay, I heard you.
Did you hear anything before you?
Okay, so play it again.
We're going to leave soon. Is there anything you want to tell us before we leave?
Oh, as to say F you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that's what we
Okay.
think it says here.
And if we
Okay.
play the rest of the clip,
So after Jack asked Is there anything you want to tell us? I got a sworn it said like "fuck you."
That's what I thought. It said.
Really?
Yeah.
I love your plain delivery on that. Listen,
He's like, yeah, the ghost just like cursed us off. This is normal.
I do hear that, honestly.
Yeah, wait, play it back one more time now that I have it in my ear. Yeah, a little bit. I can hear it now. And like I said, I've never heard this. This is the first time I'm looking at these videos, and I could hear the "you," but with a little bit of prompting before, you know, you could say it's whatever effect of you're feeding into my brain, so I'm going to hear it now. But that does kind of sound like someone's cursing you out.
I think it's the way it doesn't really even say the word. It kind of like dips down and then you hear you.
Yeah.
And just the way that it dips, it almost sounds like it's trying to bleep it out for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it does.
Yeah, like it sounds like it's saying you.
Now-
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I'm going to
Yeah.
immediately put my counterpoint on this. When it has that dip and a peak of volume, in my experience, it's typically been when it's flipping from a radio station to a radio station.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I could say is happening here is like it's a noise where maybe you get something where the F part comes in, but then the U, like, and that part is, it seems like it's jumping through someone saying a word.
Like, I would not have included this if it wasn't a funny response.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that.
gonna make a good YouTube short. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Ghosts curse us out.
All
All
right.
right. One more.
One more.
This is
Go
the
back to the strip.
final moment of the night. You and I go back up to the third floor while Jack is cleaning up the equipment and everything, putting it all away. So it's just you and me up there trying to communicate using this tripwire. So let's play the clip.
Are you trying to get to your desk?
Oh.
Did you make it? Good for you, man. Good for you, kid.
Thanks for letting us know you made it.
Are you trying to get to your desk? Yes. Good. Like, thank you. You're welcome. That's what I got there.
So, as we said in the last episode, it's in black and white because that is when we have the night vision on the night vision camera. So, unfortunately, we don't have the colors here, which that's a bummer. Because I would be really curious to know, was it just blue or did it come up on higher levels like green?
It's a conversation. I mean, hey, if you even want to play it back one more time,
Sure.
it's like it feels very much like a reply. So I'm going to talk over them here. But
Trying to get to your desk?
try and get to your desk, and you're going to blink for an answer. So yes. or whatever, maybe who no. And then Tommy's going to joke.
Did you make it?
Did you make it? Yeah. All right, you made it. And
Good
then
for you, man.
good for you.
Thanks for letting us know you made it.
Thanks for letting us know. You're welcome. Another last,
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like it was a very fun tool to use because we've never had used it before. I'd like to use it again in a future episode.
agree.
Well, you're going to pay the $200 it costs.
It costs what?
Something like that.
That is
You
ridiculous.
got the new tuning forks that I gave you for, or whatever they're called.
Oh,
For
the
Christmas.
tuning
What are they
forks.
called? The dowsing
The
rods?
dowsing rods. That's it. You'll see that one in hopefully some future episodes. But no, that was awesome. I'm still so bummed that I missed out on this journey here, but I'm glad I got to see it through the lens at this point because it's actually kind of interesting looking from I had no clue what to expect because I wasn't here for any of this. So yeah, awesome.
Looking back, we thought this place was a lot more active
Mhm.
than what it was, but this is a very active residence here.
course.
Like this was
It still gave us a lot to talk about.
what'd you think of it?
Yeah. Like I thought it gave us a lot of good things to talk about. I would,
Would you go back again?
I was going to say, it would be an interesting place to go back to again and, do another investigation. Whether it's haunted, did anything we get it, actually with the spirits? I think there's some things there that, you really lean that way and say, yeah, that, very likely could have been the communication with a spirit there.
Jack, what are your thoughts overall here?
I think that there's definitely things in this episode that I don't have explanations for. Where when we looked at Burlington, even the best evidence that we got there, I feel like there is some reasonable explanation, rational explanation. With this one, especially some of the EVPs, the noises that we hear, the voices, the scream, I don't know what those could be.
And we're not gonna. You guys will have to just let us know what you think because at this point, if Jack's getting stumped, then you know it's
We
something.
got
That's
something.
when you know it's
We
good,
got
right?
something
Yeah.
here. That's the biggest thing. Was that scream me? Was that high at the beginning Jack? Or is Adam right in all of this? And we're just, we've somehow gaslit ourselves into thinking that was evidence here.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for watching another episode of Beyond the Chatter.
Wow. Wow.
We'll be back for another episode next
we-
time when we go to the Monmouth University Library.
Ooh.
That's going to be a good one. I can't wait for that. What is wrong with you? Stop it with the woos and stop it with whatever that is. Just cut to you doing the like, comment, and subscribe.
And like, comment, subscribe. Let us know any places you'd like us to go.
In New Jersey
or elsewhere.
or elsewhere
Around the world.
Maybe.
in the
Season
country.
2.
The ocean. There's probably a lot of ghosts in the ocean, if you think about it. Right, Jack? Jack, we're going to do an underwater ghost hunting trip. What do you think?
I will be happy to look at the evidence after
On
the
a
fact.
cruise ship.
Because I will not be joining you.
Haunted cruise.
Let's do it.
Ooh. All right. Well, hey, once again, everyone, thanks for watching, and catch you next time.